Station wagons are the coolest kind of car on the road. I don't care what anyone else says, wagons are cool, and I, along with so many other car enthusiasts, agree. Wagons are underrated, better than most cars on sale today, and just straight up badass. But why? Well, today, I'm going to talk about exactly that. Wagons aren't just grocery gators or something your grandma drove. They're the only cars left on the road that still have real personality. They stand out without trying, and they do everything you need a car to do, and they do it better than the boring crossovers everyone buys now. So, let's get into the reasons why wagons are just cool. Number 1. Wagons are practical. Let me make this clear, wagons are extremely practical. People think SUVs are the kings of practicality, but a station wagon is basically a sedan with more space. Sure, SUVs are practical too, but they're just lifted wagons with tall roofs. They're slow, clunky, while wagons use their space wisely. But here's the unfortunate truth, wagons don't sell well in the US anymore. Most of the ones you see now are luxury models, and the rest, people hate them. They're called generic family cars, but look at our roads today. Wagons are anything but generic. Our streets are packed with SUVs, and ironically, the same people roasting wagons for being boring drive toasters that get 20 miles to the gallon. Imagine if suburbia had filled America with wagons instead of RAV4s. Roads would be safer, and people would spend less on gas, and driving would just feel better. But no, Americans were brainwashed into thinking SUVs are better, when in reality, station wagons actually make more sense. I could go on and on why wagons are more reliable and just smarter than SUVs, but it would take forever. The point is simple. Wagons are the kings of practicality, not SUVs. Because they're subtle, cooler than your average crossover, safer, and more efficient, wagons automatically win on every level. Number 2. Wagons are sleepers. For some reason, wagons are looked down on as boring, which makes them the perfect sleeper cars. Take the Audi RS2 Avant, for example. On paper, it looks like just another boring wagon, and with the right paint job, it can blend into traffic completely, but under the hood, 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. That's insane. And then there's the Dodge Magnum, hitting 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, and the new Volvo V60, yes, a Volvo, doing it in 4.2 seconds, all while being able to fit 10 grocery runs. The point is clear, wagons don't have to look fast to be fast, and that's what makes them so cool. They're the opposite of the try-hard, clapped-out Charger with the loud exhaust and zero speed to back it up. Wagons don't brag, they don't scream for attention, they just quietly go, and that's exactly why enthusiasts love them. Number 3. Wagons are rare. Wagons used to be everywhere. In the late 70s and 80s, every family had one. They were the car. But once crossovers and SUVs started taking over in the mid-2000s, wagons just disappeared. People wanted bigger, taller, more aggressive, and slowly the wagon got pushed out. Automakers stopped selling them here, dealerships stopped ordering them, and suddenly, the only wagons left on the road were the old ones and a few luxury models that no normal person could actually afford. So now when you see a wagon, especially a cool one, it stands out. It's not another white Toyota RAV4 or Honda CR-V blending into the background of traffic. Wagons today are rare because the people who drive them keep them alive. They don't just buy whatever the new box a dealership pushes. They just go out and choose something different. And that alone makes wagons cool. When you see someone driving a Volvo 240, or a Saab 9.5, or a W124 Mercedes wagon, that's a statement. It's someone who actually doesn't care about trends. Someone who doesn't need a flex. Someone who actually likes cars. Wagons have become a symbol of individuality. You don't accidentally end up owning a wagon. You own one because you wanted one. Number 4. The wagon community is just awesome. Car communities can be toxic. Let's be honest. You pull up to a meet in a Mustang, and someone automatically assumes you're going to crash leaving the parking lot. You show up in a JDM car, and people start arguing about stance, coilovers, and whether the wheels are period correct. It's exhausting. But wagon owners, they're chill. They're there because they genuinely like cars, not clout. A couple months ago, I went to this local cars and coffee meet. You know the usual stuff. Mustangs arriving for absolutely no reason, 2 Hellcat guys arguing about who has the higher monthly payment, and a bunch of BRZ owners trying to convince each other the car isn't slow if you know how to drive it. But back in the corner of the lot, away from all that, were these 3 wagons parked together. Nothing crazy at first. One was a faded red Volvo 240 with mismatched wheels. One was an old beige Mercedes E-Class wagon that looked like it had survived 3 lifetimes, and the last one was a Subaru Legacy that had clearly seen some actual road use. No one was bragging, no one was arguing, no one was even trying to show off, and the thing is they knew everything about these cars. They weren't driving them for attention, they were driving them because they liked them. I ended up going there and talking for like 45 minutes. One guy daily drove that beige Mercedes with over 320,000 miles on it. He maintained it himself, and he says it's one of the most dependable things he's ever owned. Another guy had Subaru because he travels and camps a lot. He said it's perfect because it fits everything but still drives like a car. And the Volvo guy, he didn't care if the paint was messed up or if the trunk squeaked, he just said it'll outlive me. It didn't feel like flexing, it didn't feel like posturing, it didn't feel like the usual car scene nonsense where everyone thinks they're better than everyone else. And that's when it hit me. The wagon community is one of the last parts of car culture that's actually humble. Wagons aren't cool because they're fast, they're cool because the people who drive them actually care. So now number 5, wagons are cheap. When I first got into cars, wagons weren't even on my radar. I thought wagons were just grocery gators for parents who gave up on life. Then I realized something. Wagons are cheap. like actually cheap. You could get a clean Subaru Legacy for way less than people are paying for some clapped out crossover with a salvage title and 3 overdue oil changes. Same thing with old Volvo wagons. They're built like tanks, they run forever, and no one's fighting over them at auctions. It's like this hidden little corner of the car world where you get space, comfort, and power without paying that SUV tax. So in the used wagon world, they're cheap, but modern, not so much. These are all the wagons left for sale in the US. Look at the prices. None of them are exactly affordable. The only cheap modern wagon you could buy is a Subaru Outback, but then there's the Outback today. They had one of the last truly accessible wagons in America. The Legacy wagon and early Outbacks, perfect. Good proportions, decent engines, no nonsense. Now look at the new 2026 Outback. It's not even really a wagon anymore. It's just a box with plastic cladding slapped everywhere. And what makes it worse is that this was the last mass-produced wagon that normal people could go and buy. And then they just turned it into a crossover, fully sold out to the trend. Or take the new Volvo V60, around $50,000 MSRP. To be fair, they will last you a lifetime though, but wagons used to be accessible, and this, $50,000? Really? And then there's the R6 Avant. When it's not wrapped around a lamppost in the Autobahn, it starts at $130,000. Then there's a new Mercedes wagon, starting at 70 grand. And let's be real, most of the people buying this aren't really going with the most basic trim. It's exactly like the R6 Avant, it's just luxury now, and that's sad to see. Now, modern wagons aren't really affordable, but the older ones, they're very accessible and very cool. And if you're looking for a first car, choose wagons. They're really reliable, they get good mileage, they're obviously really affordable, and they do everything you need a car to do. So now, the wagon community feels like this underground group. The guys who found the loophole. The people who realize you don't need a tall, wobbly, fake rugged SUV to have space. So in conclusion, wagons are cool. The wagon community is amazing, and our cars are awesome. If you think otherwise, fight me. What do you think? Do you think wagons are cool or just another car on the road? I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember people, drive safe, drive smart, but most importantly, drive something we're talking about. See you in the next one.